Okay, we're now live.
Well, hey, didn't see you there. Good to see you. So it's Tuesday, May 19th. Says so on the whiteboard. That's how I know. And it's about 6:30 p.m., give or take. So as usual, we're going to start with our cardio. And today, you thought we were done with lunges. Not even close. We're going to be doing something called multiplanar lunges today. And we're also going to do some multiplanar hopping exercises. Or a step up if hopping is not in your future. And then we're going to combine those things because I'm a masochist, I'm a sadist. Why not both? And then finally, we'll do our classic standing hamstring stretch. You know, the one that we love so much right there. Then we got a little footwork. We're going to do a forward and backward kind of mirrored set of footwork. So doing forwards and backwards lunges. And then for our games, we'll do some offensive and counter-offensive stuff on signal. You won't need a foil today, but if you want to grab one, you can. But yeah, today we don't have any sort of special equipment. All right, I'm going to get started with our cardio. And in the meantime, let's see. Where? Aha! Ha-ha! Timer. So then I know what time it is. I know when to stop. So that's most important. All right. How's your day going, Alex?
Going all right.
Oh, good to hear.
Enjoying the weather.
Yeah. Did you get outside?
A little bit.
Yeah. See, I went outside to get in the car when I came here. And I've been doing some work. Been working on some more organizational projects. So getting some junk thrown out that needed to get thrown out, and finding some room for some other stuff that we want to have. Well, just having different places that maybe is a little bit better for you all to get to, but slightly different placement for weapons and stuff like that. So people may have caught some of it on the live stream on Sunday. It was on camera briefly for a moment. So if you want to see that, check that out. Yeah, it was Anna's Sunday stream. So, yeah. What else? You know, the usual emails, phone calls, all the daily joys of administration. Or what'd you do when you were outside? Tell us what it was like out there.
Pretty nice. I just took a walk around the block of my house.
Excellent. Oh, good. I might take a walk tonight after the stream. Take my dog out.
Oh, evening walks. Nice. Evening.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Doesn't Perry's got to go outside.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to go sniff everything. He's part basset hound, so he needs that nose time, or else he gets ornery. Who knows? Maybe he'll show up in a video in the future. We'll see. I know Brandon's dog has dropped by once or twice in the videos, so might be my turn before too long. All right, we got about 30 seconds left, so I'm going to pick the pace up a little bit. I ate a late lunch, so I'm feeling particularly full and satisfied right now, which is not always the best for doing cardio, but that's okay. I'm so excited about these multiplanar lunges. I can barely contain myself. I only have to wait 8 more seconds, though, so it'll be just fine. All right. And time. Very good. All right, so a multiplanar movement. I'm not going to spend all day talking about this because you got other things to do, but I'll walk you through what we're doing. This will seem very familiar because fencing has a lot of multiplanar movements inside of it. We're just going to dive into those things specifically today. Some that you do all the time, some that you don't. So for a for a multiplanar lunge, you're going to step in to a regular lunging position. You're going to let the knee dive down as you do in a normal athletic lunge. And then from this position, you push yourself back up out of it. And then you do the same thing on the other side. So you step in, drop the knee down, and then step back out. Then until your feet are back to parallel. Best you can do. So if that is not happening for you, if you're having a hard time stepping down and then dropping down and then coming back up, just go into a longer fencing lunge. My heel is still off the floor here. And then I come back up from there. So you go as deep as you can without getting stuck. Okay, so we'll do a minute, just do a minute of each of these things. So the first one, this one should feel very close to home because this is a fencing lunging movement other than the dive of the knee. I mean, if you have poor stability, you might do this by accident, but maybe not on purpose. Bow. And bow. Okay. Good times. Now we're going to do that same movement, but we're going to do it to the side instead of doing it to the front. So, you're going to go to the side step, and then you're going to sit down as low as you can here. And you're going to come all the way back up. This is probably where most of you are going to be much weaker than on the front ones. The front ones, you can probably do those all day. So you practice that all day, but these will probably suck. So, go to the side, sit down, back to center. So, here, go down, back to center. Side, down, back to center. Side, down, and center. Side, and down, and center. Oops, almost let my knee bend there. So, straddle, bend, and center. Side, down, center, side, down, center. If you really hate not having sore muscles, you do this with a medicine ball. So you go here, down, and chop as you come back up. So up, down, and chop. But if you don't have a medicine ball at home, don't worry. Not necessary. Whew. This is great. All right, so now we're going to do a transverse version. So transverse, so this is just referring to moving in a transverse plane from where you're facing. So you have the frontal plane here, or a side step, and you have a transverse plane. It just means you're going to turn 90 degrees off to the side to do this. So I'm going to turn off 90 degrees and then do a standard lunge from there. And then you're going to turn back when you come up to stabilize. So again, a minute on the clock. So you're going to turn and step and then come back up. Whew. And then same thing on the other side. So you're going to step with this leg, turn, step, and then come back. So I'm pivoting on the ball of my foot on the leg that's going to trail behind. So I go down, and up, and then I want to pivot back. So I go pivot, lunge, pivot on the way back. So pivot, step, and back. So you want it to be a smooth pivoting movement when you make the turn. And this creates some, wait for it, transverse versus just moving it in one direction. This is like the benefit that's often associated with doing like a compound lifting movement versus working in a machine and just doing one single muscle group to build muscle. Okay, you shouldn't be doing transverse everything all the time, but okay, multiplanar hops. These are pretty easy, kind of. So what you're going to do, and we'll do it twice through so we can kind of practice it, or 3 times through. So you're going to start with one leg up, you're going to hop, and you're going to land on the other foot with the second leg up. So you're going to hop, boink, and land. And you'll notice I'm not pulling this leg up to get the hop going. This leg's already up. I have to go jump, and then here. Jump. Whoops. You can tell one of my ankles is much better at stabilizing me than the other. Guess which one? It's my left ankle. My left ankle goes through a much wider range of motion while I fence, especially side to side, than my right ankle does. My right ankle does this most of the time fencing. My left ankle does a bunch of different axes of movement. All right, cool. So that's easy mode. Now we're going to do hard mode. So you're going to start with your knee up. So I've got my right knee up, but whichever one. You're going to jump to that side, and then you're going to land with the other leg up. So you go jump, jump. And you don't have to go super long. We're not doing ice skaters. You don't have to be like here to there. It just has to go to the side somewhat. The longer you go, the more difficult it becomes. But still, also notice I'm not doing this like at a crazy breakneck pace. I'm not like choo, 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 choo. You can, but it's not necessary. All right, carry on. So I'm taking time to stabilize before I go to the next one. And that makes it so much worse. It feels like it's less work, but man, oh man, is it a lot more rough. All right, time to do the last one. This is the transverse multiplanar hop, so that's just pivoting 90 degrees. So all that means is that you're going to turn to the side that you are jumping. So if I've got this leg up, I'm going to turn to this side and here. And then I'm going to turn to come back. See? So I turn and I come back. So I turn and come back. Oops. So turn and come back. Turn and come back. Turn, oops, and come back. The longer you can keep both knees in the air, the better. So if you're doing this, not so good. If you're doing this, where both knees are at the same height before the other foot goes down, much, much better. Man, you'd think these would be way easier.
They don't look easy.
What's that?
They don't look easy.
No. Well, I'm making it look hard. It's my superpower. Take something simple, make it look difficult. All right, time. Okay, what's wrong with me? All right, so we're going to do a combination of number 2 and number 3 because I love being sweaty and out of breath on the live stream. Okay, so we're going to do a multiplanar lunge with a hop up at the end, or a step up if you're out of gas. So how that looks, we'll start with the front one. And it's important to note we're not going to do, unless you want to be mega try hard about it, I'm not. I know my limits. But if you want to be mega try hard about the side or the transverse ones, you can do a secondary movement. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So, starting with front. Go down from this position, boop, hop up. Good. And now I'm going to do the other leg. If you're feeling like you really want to be mega super awesome, you leave this leg up and then go into your lunge. Then same thing here. Boop. And now I'm ready to do my other lunge. But since I don't want to like run on Alex behind the camera there, I'm going to back up every time. So then I start here. So, or I'm sorry, here. There. Right knee. And lunge. Left knee. And lunge. Right knee. And lunge. Left knee. Whew. All right, time. So, side lunge. Whoops, daisy. All right, we're going to do the side lunge. And then from there, we're going to do the hop up. So, you're going to push off your landing leg, just like we did with the front one. So you'll go to the side, you bend down, you're going to push off of this leg, and land here. So in multiplanar version 1, you go back. This one, we're going from the bottom into the hop. And then you're ready to sidestep the other way. You go down, hop. And you can do a little tiny side hop. Feel extra cool. All right, timer's running. So we go step, down, bah. Step, down, bah. And then step, down, drive the knee. Step, down, drive the knee. Step, down, drive the knee. Step, down, oops, let my leg come out early. All right, step, see, step, down, oh, I did that side. Down, drive the knee, step, down, drive the knee, step, down, drive the knee, step, down, drive the knee. That right leg just keeps wanting to collapse every time I come out of there. All right, step, down, drive, and step, down, drive. All right, last one of the things. Transverse. Okay. So we're going to do the pivot and step. I'll do it this way so I can pivot 2 directions in front of the camera. So I turn to do the step into, so this is 90 degrees from where I started. Pivot and step. And then I'm going to drive this knee up. I go there. So you kind of like square dance your way along, sort of. And then you do the other side. So I'm going to pivot and step into here, and then I'm going to drive. Boop. And now I start with the other leg. So I am going to pivot and step, down, drive, and then I do this side. I go pivot and step. Up a little bit. Okay. Right leg. Pivot. Step. All right. Left leg. Yeah. Pivot. And step. Good. And then pivot. Step. Drive. And come back to center. congratulations, you survived. So we get a little dessert at the end of that meal. We're going to do a standing hamstring stretch, so sweeps, as we maybe know them better. So we're going to go down. Since we're doing lots of stuff with our legs bent, I'm sure your hamstrings are going to be screaming out for this release. So we're going to go down and through. Same on the other side. Down and through. Down and through. Down. Oh yeah. And through. Oh yes. So good. Almost there. All right, time for some footwork. Okay, so we're going to start with advance and retreat. Real simple, just one step at a time, in and out, nothing too crazy. So, I'm going to go just one and one, just in and out. Keeping a relatively even tempo, and I'm doing my best. If you have some sort of marking on the floor that you can look at, I'm doing my best to come back every time to where I start. So I'm not taking a big step and a small step. I'm taking about the same every time, more or less. So since this is so simple as far as like what to be doing, it's a good time to check in, make sure your hips are in good order, that they feel nice and open and level so that your upper body has a chance of being stable. And then I want to keep my chest high, my shoulder blades pinching together a little bit so that my back muscles are not totally overstretched by my pecs. And the neck is nice and long. Okay, a couple more seconds. Okay, so now we're going to do some forward lunges and we're going to do some backwards lunges, or like offense and defense. It's another way we talk about those lunges from time to time. So it's the same idea as doing an advance or a retreat. The only difference is that we're going to leave off that back foot movement on the forward step. We're going to leave off the front foot movement on the backward step. So we kind of do half of the step, but longer. So it ends up taking about the same amount of time as a regular advance or retreat would in most cases, but you cover a lot more space. Or conversely, you can do it really, really short, and then it's fast. So I go lunge, got my hips level, got my shoulders level. Boom. Now I'm going to do the back. Bah. So lunge, recover, lunge, recover. Lunge, recover, lunge, recover. Right. You'll notice that once I got into the swing of things, I was able to keep a relatively stable tempo. I'm not rushing in or rushing out, but I am starting each step right after I finish the last step, so I'm not stopping for a long period of time. Okay, on that note of time, we're going to move on to doing an advanced lunge. I'm going to do this for a minute, and then we'll do the other one. Okay, so advanced lunge, we just put the first and second thing together. Take advance, we take a lunge. So Step in, lunge. Step in, lunge. I want to think about, as soon as this front foot lifts up off the floor, that's when I'm doing the important part of the step. And whether I'm doing an advance or whether I'm doing a lunge, the moment that I start peeling this foot up off the floor, things start happening in that step. So whether it's an advancing step or a lunging step. If I'm not really controlling what my front foot does, just kind of like, I have no control over my step. If I control what my front foot does, I have a lot of control over what happens with that step. And when you become experienced, sometimes you can decide to do a lunge instead of an advance. Or you may start a lunge and decide to kind of abort in the middle if it's a slower one, which can be handy. Okay, so now we're going to move on to doing our retreat backwards lunge or retreat defensive lunge. So start here, we'll go retreat, lunge. Retreat, lunge. Retreat, lunge. Good. I always think of this as a good component to use with a parry. You don't have to. It is possible that you could, in epee specifically, you could do a counterattack with this. Buy yourself just a little bit extra time to get into their hand, but delay them from hitting a further away target. It's not always a good idea, but it can work that way. But most often, you'll see someone plant their back foot to get extra stability when they do a blade action. Watch high-level fencers. When they take the blade, they're often doing it when their back foot connects with the floor. Not always, but it's a pretty good time. You've got a lot of stability when that back leg connects you down. A lot of the same reasons that makes a offensive or forward-moving lunge strong is that you have support going from the floor all the way diagonally through you into your hand. The same is true with a parry. In some ways, it's more stable because your hand is closer to your center of gravity, and so you have more stability here than you maybe do up above your head. Cool. So now, we're going to do a combination of number 3 and number 4. So that means we're going to do an advance lunge, recover, and then we're going to do retreat, backwards lunge, and then recover. So it's going to be kind of this like pendulum kind of thing, where we go in and out, doing an attack, and then doing defense. In and out, in and out. Okay. So we'll start in the middle. We'll go advance, lunge, cover, retreat, retreat, lunge, cover, advance, lunge, cover, 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 retreat, lunge, cover, advance, lunge, cover. Okay, time. So we're going to do our game. So look at that. Woo, 7:30. Woo, nailed it. All right, so game time. So you're going to do an advance plus lunge on a signal. So I'm going to put on my jacket again so you can actually see what my blade's doing. Because dark background seems to help a little bit with that kind of stuff. And feel a little less like I'm going to die of heat stroke now that I've had my jacket off for a couple minutes. So, It's like 63 degrees in here. I don't know what I'm complaining about.
Hey, you've been working.
Yeah, fair enough. Thank you for that, Alex. Okay, so we're going to do steps in place. I'm going to be doing steps in place. You're going to be doing steps in place. We're all doing steps in place. And then when I give you the signal while you're going forward, you're going to convert. I'm sorry. By steps in place, I mean like one advance and one retreat. So we're going to move together. My mistake. Okay, that makes more sense. So you're going to be advancing and retreating. So I'm going to give you a signal when you're advancing. Only when you're advancing. So right now we're moving together. Got a little ahead of myself in that compound. So, all right, so advance, retreat. Advance, retreat. Very good. So now, on the advance, so like this advance, or this advance, or even this advance, I can give you a signal with my blade and my body. And so you're going to finish that advance, and you're going to lunge and hit. Good. Back to it. So advance, retreat. Advance, retreat. Now I'm going to put some time on the timer, just so that we get enough practice in. There we go. So resist it. Request. Start. All right. And advance and dash. Very good. Advance and retreat. Advance, retreat. Good. Advance and dash. Good. Recover right away after the lunge. So I'm giving you 1, 2, 3, 4. See how my blade comes back? So, advance, lunge, recover, retreat, advance. This should be easy since we did that combo just a moment ago where you're advancing and lunging and recovering and retreating and advancing and yep. So, this is all the same. So, advance, lunge, recover, retreat, advance, retreat, advance, retreat, advance, retreat, advance, lunge, recover, retreat, advance. There you go. Advance, good. Advance, good. Less than a minute left. Very good. And lunge. Good. Yeah, good. And I'm giving you that signal. So advance and retreat, advance. I'm giving you that signal right when your front foot should be lifting up on that step. So when my back foot's lifting up on the retreat, that's when I'm giving the signal. And so that should be around the same time that you're lifting your front foot up. So when your back foot comes up, you'll be able to begin loading it in a different way than you would if you're going to bring your back foot up just to do another advance or in a neutral way. You're going to bring that up very differently if you know that there's going to be a lunge following, right? Okay, so now, retreat and backwards lunge. So remember, you're going to go retreat, lunge. And you use the parry of your choice. That can be 4, that can be circle 6. If you want to use your imagination, and maybe you want to be in a different starting guard. So if you want to practice your parry 6, you might want to be in a guard over 4, perhaps. Or you could be in 8 to practice doing 6 from an 8 position. So more advanced students might want to pick a guard somewhere other than in 6. And of course, saber fencers, you may want to pick a guard, like maybe in a half 5 guard, since we're doing counter-offensive stuff. You could go into a half parry in 5 instead of being directly in 3, but that's your choice. That's your business. So, I'm going to do mine. All right, so when I give you an attack, you're going to do that. So, here's what it looks like. So, we're moving, you're going to retreat, advance, retreat, advance, and advance. Start that attack towards the beginning of the retreat while you're reaching back. So you're going to start reaching back with that back foot. You see my attack develop and then you're going to finish the retreat, and you're going to slam into a defensive lunge. Ba, ba, ba. Good. Advance, retreat. Advance, retreat. Good. Here we go. Another practice round. Ba, ba, ba. Good. And we're back to retreat, advance. Retreat, advance. Good. Ba, ba, ba. Good. Retreat, advance. Very nice. Very good. Less than a minute left on the clock. Good. Retreat, lunge. Good. And as we looked at last week with our blade work specific stuff, on Thursday in particular, we looked at 3 different ways to do a parry post while you're backing up, kind of like a good, better, best kind of comparison. And the one that was the best is where you have the parry initiating as the foot is leaving the floor, and the riposte is landing when that same foot arrives on the floor again. So you can go ba, ba, da, da. So by the time you have ba, ba, by the time you have touched down, ba, ba, you're riposting right there with heels connected. Okay, so back to it. So retreat, advance, retreat, advance, retreat, advance, retreat, advance. Ba, ba, ba. Good. All right. So now I'm going to set. Think about another. Well, yeah, we'll do another round. Same amount of time, about two minutes or so. We're going to do a combination of number 1, number 2 from the games list. So that means that sometimes you will be asked to do an advanced lunge. Sometimes you will be asked to do a retreat with a defensive lunge and parry riposte during that step. You get your super sweet ba ba parry riposte during that 1 foot movement, so that 1 foot tempo. You're going to divide that in half with your hands. All right, cool. This is tricky. If you lose your feet, don't worry. Just breathe and then jump back in to the rhythm when you find it. Don't worry about rushing into it. I'll be here. And if I'm not here, rewatch it on Instagram TV if you're still on Instagram. Or if you're watching this on YouTube. What are you doing? Just back it up. It's fun. Okay. You can do this forever. You just keep rewinding. No big deal. All right, so here we go. Advance, retreat, advance, retreat. Ba, ba, ba. Good. Retreat, advance. Oh. Good. Nice attack there. If you missed it, you missed it. Don't worry about it. Ba, ba, ba. Good. Ba, ba, ba. Very nice. Good. Nice job on that little parry riposte. Ba, ba. During that last backward step. That's clutch. Is what I would say if I could see what you're doing right now. But I'm sure you did great. Ba, ba, ba. Good. Oh, I gave you the signal without saying. Things have gotten harder at the last minute. Lost the plot. I added in advance. What was I doing? Got too stuck in thinking about something else. Which is what you want your opponent to say while you're hitting. Good. You survived the gauntlet. Well done. A toast to you for your favorite juice-flavored juice. So, I think that's about all we've got on the announcement front. Oh, yeah. Listen, you scrubs, go sign up for Zoom classes. If you haven't done that yet, do that thing. Link is in our Instagram bio. If you can't find that, because you're not on Instagram, watching on YouTube later, it's pinned on our Facebook. It's probably in your email inbox if you're on the mailing list and your dues are current. And if that's not the case, just email me, and then you can find it. I'm not going to put the sign-up link directly on our website. No, just kidding. I'll probably do that too. But in any case, so link is in our Instagram bio. It's pinned on our Facebook page to sign up, and then we'll email you when we're going to schedule your class, and then go from there. So it should be starting up right away next week, I think is the plan. So get that in this week so we know when you're available and we don't go on without you. All right. So until then, well, I'll see you on Thursday. But until then, stay safe, stay hydrated, and yeah, thanks for stopping by. Bye.